No matter what field you are advising, there are key techniques you can use to optimize your online coaching skills. Understand the need first. Question your buyer closely in advance, find out exactly what is needed and the change that is wanted, and agree with your buyer first on the points to be raised during the coaching session. Now, based on your buyer's recommendations, write out a step-by-step agenda outlining what is to be discussed during the session, how long it will take, and mail it to the person being coached. Keep the scope of each coaching session narrow and limited. Not more than 3 topics, not more than 45 minutes, and if multiple topics are to be covered, schedule another session together. Now, requiring a prerequisite helps get the person being coached involved in the session. Suggest they read a document or article, watch a video, or look at a few slides, and let them know this will be discussed during the coaching session. Set a time schedule for the engagement and follow up with a reminder the day before the event. Also, confirm in advance what technical system they prefer to use. Skype, FaceTime, Zoom, Slack, all of them work just fine. Send an invitation in advance to make the connection and confirm you are connected. Now, before this coaching session starts, remember, technical problems always happen. The video isn't there, the audio doesn't work. So plan on taking some time to clearly establish the video and audio signals and confirm it works on both sides before you start. And minimize distractions. Confirm that all mobile devices are off or at least put on silent, including yours. All other screens, such as news feeds, email, especially social media, are switched off. Yours too. Landlines should be unplugged or taken out of the room, and shut the door so there are no distractions. Now, the structure of an online coaching session always starts with the agenda. Review that agenda together online first. Ask if there are any questions, answer them before starting, and remind the person exactly when the session will end. It's a tremendous relief to know that it will end. And let the other person start speaking first. That keeps them active and engaged. If you're using slides, send them out shortly before the coaching session, but not too far in advance. Keep the element of surprise. Ask the person to call the slides up on the computer, start from the beginning, and cycle through them together on your cues. In formatting the slides, it is helpful to include page numbers on each slide for easy reference. Now, if the person is being coached on a performance skill, such as presentation training, media training, pitching skills, or a role play exercise, video recording is a fantastic tool. When recording, keep each cycle short, not more than 3 minutes or so. To keep engagement high, limit each video recording session to a single topic. Take notes during the recording, which is very useful during critique. During playback, comment on what you're seeing, pause, and replay key moments. And be very specific and constructive in your comments. How did it feel doing that? You got a bit lost there. What do you think happened? Your eye contact and posture are excellent, and so forth. Now, staying focused in an online coaching session is much more challenging than it is in person for you and for the person being coached. To maintain focus, refer to the agenda often. Introduce your topics as the agenda calls for them, step by step. Keep them brief, clear, and to the point. No pontificating or long setups, no anecdotes, no stories. And when making a point, introducing a new concept, ask, is that clear? Get confirmation before moving on. Now, during the coaching session, listen carefully and don't interrupt. Maintain steady eye contact with your camera lens, which is in effect maintaining eye contact with the person you are coaching. Take notes by hand. That tapping noise when you're typing on the computer is very distracting. And have a glass of water ready. Take a drink from time to time. If you need to, take a short break, but not more than 5 minutes. Now, after the session, summarize it. Focus on what was learned, what will change, and what can still be improved. This should be planned for about 10 minutes long, not later than 35 minutes from the start is when you should begin. During the summary phase, ask for feedback first. A great question to ask is, what do you remember? Write the answers down, then make your specific recommendations. I'd suggest, but don't insist, that the person being coached write down or make notes on what you have to say. And afterwards, you can also suggest new topics for the next session, get agreement on what is to be worked on, and if the person is preparing for an event or a presentation, set a time to get in contact and discuss how it went. Make sure the entire coaching session goes exactly as spelled out in the agenda, and that it ends at exactly the agreed upon time. Now, after the coaching session, follow up immediately with the person you were coaching with a detailed written summary. Email it to them, and then ask them for some feedback. Just get a short written comment about the coaching experience. How did you do? And forward that comment to your buyer. Then follow up with your buyer. Describe how the session went, and if the coaching was confidential, don't violate trust. Just speak in general terms about the engagement with the buyer. Focus on how the needs and changes discussed with your buyer at the beginning of the process are being met or exceeded, and give your recommendations specifically for the next steps. Optimizing your online consulting, coaching, and training skills can bring new value to your buyers. As their trusted partner, you are bringing essential skills to improve the performance of their team, and you are solving a problem they are increasingly facing in uncertain times.